Hey guys, welcome back to some more videos. I believe we're live. Yes, I do think we're live. I hope so that we're live. It says that we're live right now, so I'm assuming that we're live. But welcome back to welcome back to some more broadcasts. Yeah, that's why I mean like I said it's live, but I was confused for a second because it said that it couldn't load or something. But welcome back to some more broadcasts. Today me and Colton are getting back to doing some more WWE content for you guys, and a lot of you guys have been asking to do some more WWE stuff, so we're back to it. And we also got a review later on for you guys. We also got a second video, kind of like this, a little bit later on too, which we'll keep you guys updated on that. I actually a little update on my charger. It came in the mail. I actually have my computer over here right now. It's just not charging for some reason. So I don't know. I'll keep you guys updated on that. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of disappointing because I'm wanting to. I'm wanting to make some videos on it, but it's not really working out so well. So I'll leave it on the charger and see what happens. But we had to resort to using Colton's computer here, his Chromebook
from school.
Video on. So, anyways, today we are doing our discussion video. It's been a while since we've done one of these. We're discussing. We're not discussing we're not discussing somebody besides Roman Reigns. We're not discussing Roman Reigns in this. We're discussing somebody else. So this will be our first discussion video that's not Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns.
So today we're discussing Neville.
Reigns.
No, we're not. That'll be the third video in a row. But today we're discussing Neville, the king of the cruiserweights in WWE. As you guys know, there's been a lot of news and a lot of drama surrounding Neville. And we're going to get into our thoughts on it and sort of what we think about the whole situation in general. And first of all, I want to sort of get our knowledge of how we've known Neville throughout the years. So I've known Neville for a little while. Colton's never known Neville for a little while. We've both been big fans of Neville for a long time. So I just sort of wanted to get our thoughts on how we first started seeing Neville and like how we thought about his work in the past and stuff like that. So Colton, what would you say? What are your thoughts on Neville's career in WWE?
In his eyes, bad. In my eyes, it was good, but they wasted him. They wasted him so bad. And I was just like, I'm shocked he hasn't done anything like after his release, because it was like he was winning, but then in a big match, they would just say, "You're not going to win. You're going to drop." He's like, "Okay, I'll do it." And then he gets injured when he's facing Chris Jericho. He's out for a very long time. And I'm like, man, when is this man coming back? And he comes back at the Royal Rumble and attacks Rick Swann. I'm like, he's back. He's a heel. He's got a beard. This man looks amazing. This man's going to have a beastie career. They're going to push him finally. And they put him in 205.
I think that was the downfall of his career right there.
I wouldn't say the downfall yet. They put him in 205, and Austin Aries is in 205. The biggest, is that your teeth?
No, I'm chewing some candy. I'm not breaking my teeth over here.
Two biggest, besides Cedric, who, in my honest opinion, Mustafa Ali and Grand Metalik, those are like the big cruiserweights. And honestly, I know a lot of people are like, big cruiserweights, they can't even wrestle outside that division. Well, I like Mustafa Ali. He's become one of my favorite wrestlers, and Grand Metalik as well. And that other dude with the other mask, I can never think of his name.
No, I thought you meant Akira Tozawa, because you can't think of his name too.
I can think of his name. I just can never, for the life of me, think.
The second mask guy.
Yeah, he was that.
I don't even know. I can't even remember him. I know Grand Metalik. That's all I know from the cruiserweight with the mask.
Talk real quick. I'm gonna look.
All right. We talk, and no problem me talking. But so the cruiserweight division. I mean, it's definitely.
Hold up. Why is WWE following Eminem?
Probably because of that Trump rap.
He did a
diss track.
He did a diss track on Trump.
Yeah, it's pretty. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. They was actually gonna prep Trump to do a diss track back.
Oh Lord, yeah. he died. I'm sorry, he died. Well, they're still following Emma.
They're following Emma still? Wow. You know she's got a completely different Twitter now. It's all different now. It still says the same. It still says like she's a former WWE
Yeah, on their
star or
Instagram it
whatever.
says former.
It's sad.
I feel bad.
We should have made a video on Emma too.
We'll talk about it real quick.
Well, we could do that. We could do that in the booking, couldn't we?
Yeah, we could.
We could. Yeah, we'll save that for the booking because that'll be a good topic to discuss.
There he is. I can't. How do you say it? How do you say it?
Let me see. Lince Dorado.
Lince Dorado. Him. He's another one of my favorites in the cruiserweight division. But so back to Neville. Yeah, I like how we barely talked, but he was put in 205, and I'm thinking, okay, so what's this mean? Is he gonna dominate or is he gonna job? First thing he does, he wins that title. I'm like, okay, he holds on to that title till like a Raw before SummerSlam. I'm like, that man held that belt for a long time. He held it
forever.
Time. I was
At least they gave him that. They gave him a good reign.
I thought he was never gonna lose it, and the stupid thing was he lost it, and I was like, okay, that's a weird. And then SummerSlam, he wins it right back. I'm like, okay, that's terrible booking. He's probably upset about that. But before that SummerSlam, he was having.
Real quick though, we'll save Austin Aries for the booking.
I'm still gonna talk about it real quick though.
All right. Well, we'll get.
I'm not gonna talk. I'm just gonna say this. Right. So he had three good matches with Austin Aries.
3, not 1. 3.
Actually, I think 4.
About 4.
WrestleMania Extreme Fastlane. I think 4, if I'm not mistaken. 4 or 3.
Austin lost all of them, didn't he?
And he lost all of them, and that was terrible. Like I love Neville. I was like, okay, you gotta let Austin win. And
wasn't it 4 in a row?
It was 4 pay-per-views in a row or 3 pay-per-views in a row.
Goodness.
He lost straight. I remember one was at Mania, one was at Payback, one was at Extreme Rules.
Goodness.
And I think that's the 3 actually.
All title shots too?
All title
shots. Dude, that sucks so bad.
That's how you know that booking is terrible. So that's safe for later. And then
all right,
Austin gets released. I'm like, what? That was the second big dog compared to Neville. Who's going to be the next big dog? And it's because
shout out to the one viewer.
What's his name? What's his name?
What? Akira Tozawa.
Because
Akira Tozawa.
What he said, he's the next dude for Neville. I'm like, okay, Neville's squashing everybody, and it's now him, and he beats Neville. Like I said, right before SummerSlam. I'm like, what's the point? And then Neville comes out as the White Ranger. I'm like, okay, White Ranger, Neville. Even though Seth did it, okay, I like that.
Was it very similar to the Seth?
No, it was different. It was very different. He didn't have like the plates. He just had white trunks, white elbow pads, white wrist tape, and then that was it. With black on it. And I was like, okay, I would pay someone for a custom Neville. That one in the WrestleMania Neville.
Real quick, what do you think about that T-shirt? His last T-shirt.
Why? The King of the Cruiserweights, nice T-shirt, and it's literally all just sideways.
Yeah, you guys know how I edit my thumbnails,
and I'm probably gonna buy it.
Dude, do you know how I edit thumbnails? Okay, so you edit thumbnails. I edit thumbnails with like very basic fonts.
That's what's his shirt.
That was on a professional athlete in the WWE's Cruiserweight division, a former Cruiserweight champion, the King of the Cruiserweights, a big deal guy, got a like basic fonts T-shirt.
That's strike 1.
Oh my goodness!
Actually, that's technically strike 2, but we're gonna count that.
I didn't think it was that bad though. I thought it was gonna be like, oh well, maybe it's a decent shirt, but maybe it's not. No, I got on it on his Twitter. I seen the T-shirt. I'm like, dude, this is terrible. That's terrible.
That was strike 1. Technically strike 2, but strike 1 because I'm gonna get to strike 2 here in a minute.
Hey, Colton, you got that Vicks in your room?
No.
Sorry, guys. Live streams.
So that's the shirt. Next thing that happens that is bad is the freaking Enzo situation. I'm not gonna dog on him. I'm not gonna do it.
I respect people's opinions, man. Like I really do see a lot of people don't really respect Enzo for what he does, man. But I don't really care. I will agree though. To have Neville, a 5-star cruiserweight wrestler, to lose to this guy who just came to 205 because he had nowhere else to go. Realistically, he had nowhere else to go. To have him lose like that and then have him lose again, which was planned.
Can I go off real quick? I know I said I wasn't.
I don't care.
Can I just go off real quick? Okay, so they do the little things like the prep up, and then I'm thinking, okay, Neville's obviously gonna win. What happens? Boom, boom, throws him, and then Enzo kicks him in the low blow and wins. And I'm sitting there like, what? Like, well, this dude who can't wrestle is, and only good thing is his Mike Seals just beat Neville. Are you serious? That's strike 2. Him losing Enzo is strike 2. And then the final one was the reason why he. This and another thing. So that's good. There's going to be 4 strikes. Strike 3, he walks out on Raw because he was going to, again, to lose to Enzo in a non-title match. You should not. You are a 5-star man. You are not going. If you're smart, you don't lose to Enzo 2 times
in a row.
You don't lose to anyone that's a 2, 1, or 0-star superstar twice in a row. That's strike 3. Strike 4, he doesn't get paid for his pre-show match against Austin Aries, and that is reason for Austin Aries leaving because the pre-show matches did not get paid on the WWE DVD, and Neville said, I'm done. I'm taking my ball. I'm going to Ring of Honor or New Japan. I'm done. You want to treat me like crap? I'm done. I'm taking my ball. I'm done. You don't know how to boot me right? I'm done.
Well, he tried to, and now Vince
Vince is saying you're going to stay till your contract's up. And that's honestly the most stupidest thing and why I'm losing a lot of respect for Vince and I just want him gone. Because if you watch Raw, what happened? Kane destroys Finn Balor for no reason.
Literally, what did Finn even have to do with that?
I'm guessing he thought it was funny or he was punishing him for doing the Too Sweet sign, but which is stupid because they own it. And why would he get punished for using something that they own? Vince is just.
Wait, you said Vince thought it was. I did hear rumors about Vince thinking that it would just be funny to see Finn get beat by Kane like that. I've heard rumors.
Yeah, and that's so stupid.
He has another 5-star talent. You think it's funny? Take a 5-star talent? No, I bet you he won't do that for Roman.
He wouldn't do it for Roman.
Do it for him
he wouldn't
at all.
Do it for Cena or Orton. I guarantee you, Cena, Orton,
Braun. I don't know what you think he'd do for Braun.
He'd do it to Braun. I guarantee he would.
Gender.
He'd do it for Gender.
Probably, yeah.
Maybe. I guarantee. Here are the 4 people I guarantee he won't do that to: Roman, Cena, Orton, Enzo. Because he thinks Enzo is funny. He won't let anything happen to Orton because he's his golden boy. He won't let anything happen to Cena because if you remember what happened with Nakamura, that was the reason why Vince hates Nakamura is because he did that, his little signature, that exploder, and Cena landed on his neck. And then Roman, because we all know he loves Roman and no one understands why so much.
Yeah. But real quick. I'm just going to kind of include this in. How did you get introduced to Neville in WWE? Like, what was your first time that you seen Neville? I can remember the first time I seen Neville.
My first time was him in NXT when he first.
Oh, you go way back to NXT with Neville.
I would say New Japan, but I don't watch New Japan.
You followed him in New Japan?
I would say New Japan, but I don't watch New Japan.
Jeez,
I heard Neville. I heard of Neville because I remember he came in with Hideo Itami, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens, and I was like, holy crap, they just got 4 of the best indie guys right now on the market. Because Kevin Owens was Kevin Steen. Sami Zayn was El Generico, even though everyone says they're different people. Neville, I don't know Neville's name on the independents because I recognize.
I do remember somebody saying his name, but I can't remember.
I recognize his face because I watched the match and it was just so good.
Was it like Crone or something like that, or it was like a 1-word name or something?
And then Hideo, which everyone was hyping about because he was a freaking legend.
Yeah.
In the Indies.
Same with Shinsuke and
Shinsuke didn't come yet.
Well, yeah, true.
It was them 4, and everyone was getting so hyped, and everyone was like, oh, and I'm like, yes, they just got Triple H. You're good at managing. And look what happens when they get to the main roster. All 4 of them, NXT champions, The longest, I think, was Finn. The second was Balor. No. The first was
You
Balor.
said Finn.
I know. I said I don't know why. First was Finn. Second was Neville. Third was Bo Dallas. And fourth was Big E. Which was shocking. Bo Dallas and Big E.
Yeah.
But all four of them, former NXT champions, right? I'm going to put Nakamura in there for the frick of it. All five of them NXT champions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nakamura drops to Jinder on SmackDown. Sami Zayn jobs on Raw and SmackDown, barely gets win. Kevin Owens is the only one that's successful out of them. He got the Universal, Intercontinental, US, and WWE. I don't know, he hasn't won WWE yet, but he's gotten the best out of all of them. Finn Balor, former Universal Champion, the only thing he had and it was that, like, for one, like, what, 24 hours? Not even that. Neville, Cruiserweight Champion, two-time Cruiserweight Champion, and then dropped to Enzo.
Out of nowhere, too. That's what's so crazy. It's like they just stopped his reign. They just stopped it.
Four out of the five. One out of the five is doing good. All the other ones are getting jobbed because of freaking Vince, and he doesn't understand because he doesn't like indie wrestlers. I'm telling you.
He just doesn't know how to book them.
I'm telling you.
Because in his eyes, a lot of times Vince's views on indies are just mid-card. And a lot of them should not be mid-card. Those guys are like main event indie guys. And he's like, oh, well, they're not as big as these guys, so I'll make a mid-card. And it's like, it doesn't make sense, you know?
It was
that was my Vince voice, not my Triple H voice. It sounds similar, but no, Triple H would be like, oh, let's push Shinsuke, let's push Hideo, he would be doing that, you know?
Yeah, he would. And the sad thing is, Hideo's going to the 205 roster.
Which it could be a good or bad thing.
It's going to be a bad thing.
You think so?
I guarantee you they're going to drive him to Enzo.
I hope not. I think honestly they might change the title over to Hideo and have him run as a heel.
I'm going to be straight up with you. What if Enzo drives him? You're going to still like Enzo?
Honestly, right now the only reason why I'm still watching Enzo is because personally I think he's a freaking hilarious talent. And I think he's improving in his wrestling a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. I've seen a little bit of it on his pay-per-view matches, and he's getting better at it. And also, I think right now as a heel, I think he's drawing a lot of heat, and I think he's doing what a heel should do. I mean, if he's a heel, he's going to be a heel.
Yeah.
So all that stuff I can see is going on now. If he goes up and straight up beats Hideo when he runs for 4 or 5 months, and he's like a top-notch trying to be this dominant heel guy, it depends on how they book him. If they book him like that and they book him weekly, then I'm not going to like it. If they book him strong and they're making these guys a lot of heat on him like they are right now,
yeah,
I respect that because he's a heel.
Because I started looking into this thing, I was like, okay, now I see his gimmick. I see what happened, blah, blah, blah. I know what's going on. The stupid thing was, I still don't like it. He can be a heel, but it's the same thing with Jinder. The reason why I don't like Jinder, they book him terribly.
Exactly. I think Jinder would be much better if they would have booked him better.
If they book Enzo to be a strong heel, I'll start liking it. I won't like the guy personally because of what he said about Neville. He said, I'm the reason why Big Cass is injured. I'm the reason why Neville quit. And I was like, you just drew the line right there. You don't say that because he doesn't have the balls to say it on live TV because H would get furious. I bet you H probably got furious at the live event, but Vince protects him because he's his little lapdog too. A lot of people don't understand. If Vince was gone, Enzo would be gone because H wants nothing to do with him anymore. H wants him fired. And H was the one who brought him in, but now he wants him fired. And now Vince, when he first came, Vince wanted him gone, and now Vince wants him to stay.
He just doesn't know how to make up his mind.
Like, Vince is just so stupid sometimes. But back with Neville.
What did you think about his beginning, though? Like,
his beginning when he first started coming out. When he won the NXT Championship with another dude from the United Kingdom, which I did not know about until recently, it was good. Because I forgot about that. And then he won it with Corey Graves. And I remember that was a good little run with him because Corey was a heel and Neville was a face. And you're like, wait, what? And then he won the big one. I was so happy. And then, like, he was having 5-star matches with Sammy and Finn. And it was so good, and he was just he was good on the mic, and he was good in the ring, and he was good everything. And when he went to the main roster, I still remember his first main roster match was against Seth Rollins for the WWE Championship, and I was flipping because I thought he was going to win.
I thought he debuted on SmackDown.
No, he debuted on Raw.
Oh, my bad.
I
thought he debuted on SmackDown.
He almost beat Seth for the belt. And I was so ecstatic because it was the same thing with Sammy. Remember, Sammy debuted on Raw with Cena's Open U.S. Challenge.
Actually, I don't think you'll know, because my friend told me this. You'll know if somebody debuts from NXT because when Kevin Owens first came to the main roster, he didn't debut yet because it still had the NXT logo on his Titantron. So if it doesn't have that, they debut. If it still has an NXT logo, that means they're just on the main roster, just challenging. Or
Neville had like the purple star, like not stars, but purple thing like Y2J was.
That's what I think. Like I thought, I could have sworn he came to the main roster for a world title shot, but I thought he debuted on SmackDown.
I think like Tuesday he debuted on Tuesday the next night.
Yeah,
and I think he won. I don't remember who was against.
Yeah, he won his actual full-on debut, and then he would become. Then he challenged the championship.
No, he did it first, and then
he debuted.
And then he debuted on SmackDown.
Okay. All right, I remember that.
And then Sammy did the same thing. He lost on Raw. I think he went to SmackDown and won. And then Kevin.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Kevin did the same thing, except for he had the belt, and then after he lost the belt on NXT to Finn, he's made his debut, and he blah blah blah. Back to Neville.
With Cena.
Yeah, that was a good feud. Back with Neville, he was so good. And once when he won that cruiserweight belt and he held that for a long time, I was like, okay, he's having fun. I'm thinking, oh, he's having a ball because he's like he's winning. He's not like he barely lost when he had that belt. Did you notice Akira beat him? It was the first time he got pinned since winning the cruiserweight, which was back in all the way in January. That speaks a lot. That's how you know. Champion. That's how you know you can take him and put him in a main event and run with it. And I heard rumors that he was gonna face Brock for the Universal Championship, and I was like, so you want him to die?
No, I'm sorry, dude. I know you like Neville, but
I'm not saying Neville would win. I'm not Daniel Bryan, okay? I'm not Daniel Bryan fans.
All right, it's like we got.
I knew Neville would not win. Neville would not
Sammy.
Neville would not beat Brock Lesnar. That's why I hate Daniel Bryan fans besides you, because they're like, oh, but Daniel Bryan can beat Brock Lesnar. No, the frick he could not.
Well, they think because of the triple threat with Randy Orton and Batista that he could have.
Batista and Randy Orton
on the level
of Brock Lesnar.
They didn't beat the Undertaker streak.
They didn't beat Undertaker's streak.
They both failed.
And yeah, they did both fail, and freaking Brock Lesnar busted up Orton anyway.
Yeah, I beat the crap out of him. I think I don't think Batista and Brock ever had a match, did they?
No. I think maybe when they were young. They did in OVW.
Yeah, stuff like that, but like WWE
I don't think they had a WWE match.
Interesting. Anyway. But they did felt what Brock Lesnar succeeded to do.
So Neville was I thought having the time of his life. Once when I heard he walked out, and once when I heard he wanted his release, I was like, oh no, what why does he want his release? He's probably mad about the Enzo thing, but there's got to be more than that. Turns out, ever since he's been back since January, he's been miserable. He's hate the traveling. He probably misses his wife. And he was probably beyond mad with the Enzo thing. And he found out when Austin Aries left, he went into the Indies and was making more money than Neville would in a year, I think, with wrestling.
Actually, I don't know if you noticed or not, but in a lot of Austin Aries matches, especially the later ones, like the ones when he started realizing that he was on a losing streak pretty much, if you look at the end match results, look at Aries' face.
I know.
He was so disappointed. He's like,
I remember the one time when he lost against Neville, he was like,
he was rolling his eyes. He's like disappointed. Like, why am I here?
It was bad. And yeah. So it turns out he was miserable since January. He hated the traveling. He probably missed his wife, and he found out that Austin would be making more money than him, and he found out he wasn't going to get paid.
And the WrestleMania DVD, they didn't have their match.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why he didn't get paid.
Mm-hmm.
So them 5 things, and probably the bookings made that 6. That made him say, "No, I'm done."
So what do you think about? Okay, so this is a quick question I can ask you because I'm going to get on my, sort of tail on how I first saw Neville, but I do want to ask you this real quick question. What do you think Neville is going to do now, and what his future is going to be?
Well, I heard if you walk out of Vince McMahon's company, it's like the kiss of death, basically. But here's the thing. If he walks out and he goes to Ring of Honor or New Japan or something blows up,
you think he's gonna that's what I mean. Like, do you think he's gonna blow up?
Oh, he's definitely gonna blow up. He's gonna blow up probably more. I'm gonna bet more than Cody did. He's gonna make a bigger impact than Cody did, and Vince is gonna be like, well, Vince is gonna look at everyone like, why are we letting go? And
I think the one thing that's gonna hold Neville back that Cody has is mic skills. Mic skills was probably gonna hold Neville back, but I think if he can work past that. I think if he can work on his mic skills, he can do that. I think if he can't,
his mic skills are pretty good because I watched an episode 205 when he was on the mic, and he did really good. He was mocking Enzo, and he was getting the crowd into him.
I know, but what if you can compare it to Cody's mic skills right now and to combine that with where he's at, like his status in Ring of Honor?
So all he's got to do is roast Roman Reigns, and he has the best mic skills in the world.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that if you compare it to Cody's.
I'm just saying because that's what Cody said.
He's done a lot though. Like
he said,
he roasted Roman. He's talked about WWE, not even mentioning them, just talking about. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I just think that's the big drawback with Neville.
Neville just roast Roman Reigns. There you go.
That's probably the one thing that would, I could think of that'd be like a negative impact is maybe his mic skills. But and then again, he doesn't really need that.
What if he comes in and says, "F the WWE, F this"?
I don't know. That's why I said he could just go in there and just be free reign in what he wants to do, and he could have really good mic skills that we never even knew about.
Yeah, that's the thing. He got held back because of it, but I can see him blowing up. And Vince is talking about, well, why don't we have him anymore? What happened? And everyone's gonna look at Vince like, you're the one who booked him to lose to Enzo 2 times in a row, and you didn't freaking pay him because of the WrestleMania thing. You wonder why, Vince? You wonder why? That's why, you stupid idiot. You made the list, Vince. You made the list. It's just sad seeing him gone. He was probably my second favorite wrestler behind Punk, and then Punk walked out. He became first, and now he's gone, and then both my 2 favorites are gone, and the only one I got left, he's not even in WWE, it's Kenny Omega, and he's freaking amazing.
There we are. But yeah, just to sort of give my thoughts on, real quick on the whole Neville thing. First of all, how I began watching Neville. The first time I heard about Neville, I actually didn't even watch it yet. I actually didn't even watch WWE yet. I think I just had the game 2K15, and that was before I was watching WWE again. And then I think right after I got that game, I just wanted to get back into it. And also, friends were talking to me, and they got me back into it. But how I found out about Neville was the NXT mode on 2K15. There was Sami Zayn, it was Neville, it was Bo Dallas, it was Big E, or it was
Kevin Owens, maybe?
No, Kevin wasn't on that game yet. Corey Graves was, and that's how I found out about Neville. I played his NXT career mode, wherever, and I was like, hey, this guy's pretty cool. I mean, he's a high flyer. I got to see a lot of his highlights through that game mode. So in a way, I didn't get to see his NXT stuff, but I got to play through it. So I have a good idea of how much of a champion he was. So that's how I found out about Neville. I was a big fan. I really liked the high-flying aspect, but I didn't really get to see the real Neville in action until I seen his debut on SmackDown. That was when I got the first, glance at Neville, because that was when he first came from NXT to the main roster. And at the time, I wasn't watching NXT. I was watching main roster only. And
oh dear Lord, if that happens, kill me.
Well, when I seen his debut, I was very impressed, and at first he was a face, and he was definitely a lot different then than he is at the status that he was now, or recently in WWE. His mic skills, like I said, were probably his only weakness. He had everything, ring presence, he knew how to wrestle. He was a 5-star talent, and then when he came back as a heel after he got out of his injury, I think that was a big highlight of his career, because he came back. He seemed like he was talking more, so he was able to work on his mic skills a lot more. He came back and he was like just bigger. He was angrier.
He did get bigger.
Yeah, he was in better shape when he came back. He was angrier. He was looking to get that cruiserweight belt, and he did. And he's very dominant. I just think that really when Neville's career started spiraling was when, like you said, the Austin Aries stuff and the fact that they just wanted to make him the guy who got people over, or the basically the work guy. You know, the guy who
that's
could,
what he said was that he he said that he was just looked at as a get over guy, like he was just, oh, he's there to help get over people. But how is him losing to Jericho getting Jericho over? How is him losing to Braun Strowman getting him over? Like Enzo, how is that getting Enzo over when it hasn't? It doesn't do anything if Neville loses to them guys.
Exactly. And I think his 205 stuff was pretty interesting. I mean, he was really a dominant champion. Like you said, since January, he was dominant cruiserweight champion. And he had some good opponents. I mean, you had TJP stepped up to the plate. You had Akira Tozawa, which stepped up and, had won the title. Rich Swann. All the guys pretty much in the cruiserweight division had begun to start challenging Neville.
Mm-hmm.
And I think really things started going down the hill when Austin Aries came into the play. And Austin Aries left, and then he was thrown into the feud with Neville or Enzo. And yeah, Neville was feuding with himself. But he was feuding with Enzo.
When it could have been Cedric. It could have been Cedric for all people. Cedric
he
Alexander
deserves a lot more.
He deserves a lot more than all of this. Like, Cedric should have been the one who beat Neville, honestly. If it would have been anyone else, it should have been Cedric. Like, screw Enzo and put Cedric in that place. It's perfect. It's better.
I agree. I think it would be a lot better. But
they rushed Enzo. That's the whole thing. They rushed Enzo.
Enzo beat Neville, of course, with dirty finish and became champion. I was honestly pretty excited for it because at the time I thought it was a great move to take the Enzo character to a new area, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. I mean, we're gonna see them finally doing something with Enzo besides beating him up all the time. Let's have him be a heel. I'm like, this is great stuff. And in a way, I'm still kind of behind that. I think it's a great thing for them to do to take Enzo and try to build him as a heel. That's great. I think that they did and handled it the smartest way, but I can still say, in my honest opinion, I'm not just gonna hate on Enzo just because of that one reason. Because there's a lot of reasons why I'm honestly kind of a fan of Enzo because I think that he's trying to improve himself. He's trying to become this heel with a lot of heat on him. I mean, that's your goal when you're a heel is you have to keep that heat. And I know it's kind of messed up we said that about Neville, but like I said, I mean, he was probably just trying to keep the heat for his character, even though I know it was off script and it was at a house show. Main reason was probably because of that. But then again, like you said, he doesn't really have...
He plays his character 24/7.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If he's stuck in heel mode all the time, he's going to be like that. That's why he said he has his own locker room. He said all the stuff.
That's what Corey Graves says on Bring It Table. He said, what you see on WWE is the real thing. There is no off switch with Enzo. He plays his character 24/7, and that roasts the people off the wrong way.
And yeah, I mean, it's definitely a different way to play a character. It's his own way, and Enzo does what Enzo wants to do, and I think that's it rubs a lot of people the wrong way, even outside of the company, even when it comes to people like us. Just
in the company.
Yeah, in company, out of company. It's all on preference and all on just how you look at it. I mean, just how I look at it is, it's a shame that Neville got put in that situation. It shouldn't have been Neville that happened to. It should have been somebody else. Enzo should not have been just brought to 205 and let's push him because he's funny. I mean, that part I can agree with everybody on because a lot of people don't like Enzo right now. And for some reasons, I can see why. A lot of reasons I can see a lot of bandwagoning for. Like, people are getting on the same stuff and then the same stuff doesn't make sense for me to hate him on. You have some legitimate reasons, but I know a lot of people out there who just sort of like bandwagon on this one reason. That the fact that Enzo has beaten Neville, that's the one big reason. Like, well, he shouldn't have beaten Neville. And it's like, well, the way I look at it is it was a different move for his character. But, I don't think they should have made Neville go on a complete losing streak. But just to sit there and go, well, I hate Enzo because he beat Neville. And it's like, well, it was a heel turn. I mean, you can't get mad at a heel turn. I mean, you can, but...
people didn't see that at first, remember? Because technically Neville was heel and he was a babyface.
People are still saying it, though. They're still mad that he got beaten by Enzo. I'm like, well, Neville's getting ready to leave the company. I mean, it's very strange. I seen it as a heel turn, and I loved it. And I was honestly rooting for Enzo because I'll be honest, I was feeling bad because, everybody was trash talking him. Everybody said he couldn't do it. Everybody was saying that he was a joke and he was getting beat up. And honestly, that's why I was texting you and I said he was kind of not fully, but kind of an underdog, similar feel to him, because I was like, everybody was doubting him and here he went off and did that. But I'm like, it's weird. It's weird because the way that they booked it is just so crazy, because it's like he was kind of underdog, but now he's a heel, and it's like, whoa. So now if you say he's an underdog, people are like, well, he's a heel, and it's like, well, yeah, but they
That's
were
why I argued
leading
with
up,
him,
yeah, but they
like,
were leading up like it was an underdog kind of thing, and I was liking that.
I remember because we were arguing about it on one of another thing, because he was saying he's an underdog. I was like, he can't be an underdog and a heel. You can be a babyface.
See how they booked it though? They booked it so weird. They booked it as if he was an underdog. I'm like getting behind that, and then he becomes a heel. I'm already behind the underdog part, so then I was already excited for that, and now he's a heel, so I'm like, oh. And but I don't know, it's confusing. But
I don't like I hate Enzo because of what he did to Neville, and the fact that he rose people the wrong way. Like, I get it, he has to be a heel, but when he was with Big Cass, that was him 24/7. Him talking, him trash talking. You not remember he trash talked Conor McGregor?
Yeah.
He literally trash talked Conor McGregor, and Conor McGregor was like, boy, I would knock your socks off till like the next 2 Sundays, so hush. He just rubs me the wrong way because he doesn't know when to shut his mouth. Like, I understand you got, like, when he was sick, he had a hoarse voice. He still talked. Take a break for a couple days. Shut the mouth. Maybe then you'll have your own locker room. Like, he actually said he has his own locker room. I'm like, that's how cocky you are. That's how, what? You have your own locker room? I get it. All them other guys did the same thing, but his is just worse. Like, Miz did the same thing, but Miz didn't need his own locker room. He did the stupidest thing and had everyone hate him, but then he got everyone's respect back by his hard work.
How did even Miz start to get that? Like,
how
did he get heat?
He got heat because he ate chicken over Chris Benoit's bags.
Over Chris Benoit's bags?
Yes. And chicken got in the bag, and everyone's mad, and he gets like, oh, and he got thrown out, and then he worked his way up and got back in the locker room. People were still in, but he made it. I don't see Enzo doing that, because another reason why I don't like him is if you're gonna bag mouth the company on a bus with every superstar there saying how bad the company sucks, but you're getting paid because of it, you're a douche. Plain out. Because you're going to sit there and be like, I hate this company. I hate it. I hate my direction. But I'm making thousands, millions of dollars because I'm doing this. And then they're sitting at you, looking at you like, what did you just say? It was so bad that Roman kicked him off the bus.
I get that, but first of all, that stuff all happened in the past. And I'm a very good big guy on just leaving it in the past. Especially now that he's trying to build his own character back up. I think he's trying to do that, but
he's not doing that.
I think that first of all, Enzo's going to be Enzo. Enzo is his own character, and Enzo's going to do what he wants to do. That's just the kind of mindset he has. Some like it, some like it, some don't like it. But for me personally, behind Enzo so much, it's not just because he's funny. I mean, that's a big reason why. He's a pretty entertaining guy, but he's a character that we don't see anymore from WWE. He's a character that is his own mold. And now that he's trying to get this push, a lot of people are turning to what he did do and what he's been doing, and I get it. You don't respect him for what he did, like that stuff. I can understand that. I mean, I think he's even talked about that before.
I have a question though, real quick.
Shoot. Well, don't shoot,
but it's, why is it okay for your I'm not gonna try to argue with this. I just want to know why is it okay for Enzo to play Enzo 24/7 and get a lot of heat, even though he can turn it off wrestling, but others don't do it? Like Randy Orton, he's a psycho in the ring, he's a snake. Outside the ring, he can either be the nicest guy you can have or the meanest guy you can have. Same thing with Cena. Cena can be Cena's not, well, honestly, Cena honestly does play his character outside. He's one of them rare people. He's Cena 24/7. He's funny. He's John Cena. Like, you don't see Aleister Black be Aleister Black 24/7. You see him have a normal life with a normal cat, because I know he has a cat, because I follow his cat on Instagram. He has a normal life. He has a cat, and he's not Aleister Black 24/7. He's Aleister Black when he's in that ring. And once when them lights go off, he's a different person. So why is it that since Enzo is Enzo 24/7, it's okay?
Well, I'd just say this. I think that, Orton's going to do what Orton's going to do and Cena's going to do. Everybody has their own preference in that ring. But I think that Enzo, when he walked in, probably that character was based off of him. Maybe he didn't change. I mean, CM Punk played CM Punk. He didn't care. True. He said the same thing. I mean, he said it on TV. He was talking about the company live on television.
That's true.
But Enzo is doing the kind of same thing. Maybe in the first place he didn't play another Enzo. He was just playing himself. And
he was. I remember what his job was before this. He was a DJ.
I mean, he's used to that. That's who he is. That's what I said. That's just who Enzo is, and that's why I said a lot of people don't like it, and a lot of people do. But the reason why he's getting boos and cheers, not just getting boos, I hear a lot just mixed here, is because of just who he is. It's what Enzo is. That's why I can say this: whether you hate him or you like him, we got nobody else in the company like Enzo. I mean, I can't even think of anybody else who acts like Enzo. Like, he just has so much fun with his role.
I got another question real quick.
Yo.
So, let's say Enzo is Enzo 24/7, right? What if he shoots on Neville? And what if he shoots on company again? What if he says this company's still trash, I still don't like it, and I'm feeling a lot of money? Are you still going to like him?
Honestly, by that point, probably not, because there's nothing else he can complain about right now. He's on top. So if he starts trash talking, let me try to put this in a sense. If he's trash talking Neville without trying to do it to build his character, if he's just straight, because you can tell if he's trying to build character, he'll do it in character, in show.
Yeah,
he'll say it. If he's off talking about him,
like MTV, okay, what do you think about Neville? He says, screw Neville, I don't even like him. He's terrible. He's not a good wrestler.
Yeah,
he can't do anything.
That's gonna be the line that he crosses.
And then he said, say, well, the company, I don't even like the company. Blah, blah, blah. Why are you still here?
That stuff I would get irritated. But hey, no. Now, if he said that, then I'd be like, okay, he's just gonna get some heat. Come on, he's trying to get that heat for.
And it would work.
It would work.
I thought I want to talk about Neville like that.
I get it though, because you're a really fan of him, man. I mean, I'd be the same way. I mean, that was back. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I was in fanboy mode when back in 2015 Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I remember that.
I got mad whenever people was trash talking, or I got mad whenever somebody was disrespecting him or the same way. So I get that. I mean, it's part of wrestling.
I think so. He wants to be over 4-7. Like Corey said, like, you gotta turn it off, dude.
I hope he works on that, because I think one day he's gonna say something that even an Enzo fan is gonna be offended by it. And
if he says something about Neville again, I'm officially crossed the line. He's crossed the line 10 times. Like, he says Neville is a wuss. Neville sucks. Neville can't wrestle. If he starts trash, I'm completely done with him, and I hope the company will do something, because sometimes the other people take action with that. Like, they'll be like, okay, look, you can't say that, because remember what happened with Bill Rush? Remember what he did? Yeah. He joked about Emma getting released. Everyone chewed him out because
what did he write on Twitter?
He said it looks like you really weren't ready for Austin. It looked like a clown movie. I was like, yeah,
that's so terrible.
So many people thought it was funny, but then like the Emma fans wanted him fired, and we're like, it's the same thing for me. Like, I want Enzo fired, but you're like, wow, if I get that, I'm not gonna be like, but there are some things I wish he would want. His trash talk.
Not perfect.
Neither is Neville. I'm not saying Neville's perfect. I'm just saying he's got things to work on, and if he works on them, he said, "Oh, I hate you to disrespect and well, I really wish it would let me or something like that." I'm like, okay, I like that. I respect that. But if he literally comes out and if he has some questions or something, he said true Neville or any other thing, no, done.
Right. So real quick, so because this will all be about Enzo if we let it, but yeah, so, yeah.
No more.
What do you think though? Now that Neville is leaving and looking back at his career, what should have WWE done with him? Like, do you think there's anything that they should have done with him?
This is what I honestly think that they should have done with him. They should have. When he won the Cruiserweight Championship, and he does the same thing. He tears everyone up. He gets to that Raw, and he loses. He loses SummerSlam. And then SmackDown trades the. They trade Neville. Neville comes in the SmackDown. Beach and Mahal becomes WWE Champion.
I like that. That's a good idea.
And then
who would lose the title to the Cruiserweight? Would it still be on Enzo?
No, it would be on Akira. Akira would have it, and
okay.
Akira would lose things. So. And
which
then
would be much better than Neville.
Neville is now the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. He is having feuds with Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ Styles. That works so much better than him feuding with Enzo Amore, Cedric Alexander, all in cruiserweights. Like, there's no point. Put him as literally the king of the whole world. Make his gimmick realistic. The king of the cruiserweights? Okay. Have him with the belt, have SmackDown drafting, have him king of the whole freaking wrestling division. Boom. Right there. That is one thing.
That's a really good idea.
I think if they would have thought that through, and I think if they would have talked, no, look, we're going to have you lose on SummerSlam, but then you're going to go to SmackDown, and then SmackDown's going to use you really good. And then maybe he doesn't leave. Maybe he sees, like, okay, I get the respect I want.
So I No Mercy was his last match.
Actually, his last match was on 205.
Was
against, I think, TJ or Graham at the Lakers. Someone. Yeah, I believe he won.
Well, not with W. At least.
I remember when he lost that up to Enzo. When he came out, he looked like a ghost. Like, he looked like he did. It looked like he was. He looked sick. That's how bad he looked. Like, I don't know if it's the lighting or something, but when that light, because you know how the ramp is, when it hit him, his eyes were just black under, and his hair was just all frizzy, and he was walking like a zombie. And he looked like he was miserable. He was like, I was like, that don't look like Neville, man. That's not Neville I've ever seen. Like, he just looked drained. Like, he was like, I'm done. Like, I just want to be done. Like, he just looked terrible. And then he beat the holy crap out of Enzo, and I'm like,
okay. Well, here's my idea. Okay, so when he first came to the main roster, he was put as a mid card. I can support that because he just came to the main roster.
Do you want me to book him from when he come to the main roster or before? Like before all this happened?
Just maybe for when he just got to the main roster.
Okay, so I would. Okay.
Would you keep it at mid card? I would keep it at mid card, and I would at least give him a world title win.
I would keep him at mid card
as he got to the.
I'd keep him through the mid card, having won the IC and US a couple times.
Yeah, give him a mid card title as well. While he's in mid card,
I'd honestly give him the US. I'd give him
the US. The UK guy having the US title.
Yeah,
we've had.
I'd have. See, here's the thing. I'm going to set up a good storyline with this. I'd have him be a 5-time US champion, and he wins it again. And then he goes to the cruiserweights, wins the cruiserweight belts. And then he goes to the UK and wins the UK belt. He's got 3 belts. He's the UK, United States, and cruiserweight champion. What else? You can't touch this man. He goes on the pay-per-views, defends all 3 titles, make him look strong, and then let's say he loses all 3 titles and then gets drafted to SmackDown. and beats the holy crap out of Jinder Mahal and wins that championship. And then Jinder wants a rematch, beats the holy crap out of him again, make him book strong. And then, what? You not like the idea of Jinder being buried?
I like that. This is realistic booking, guys. No, I'm just kidding.
I would book that, and then have him feud with Nakamura.
I mean, it is your booking decision. It's not
have him feud with Nakamura and have that go like the 5 time, like Nakamura.
What did you just shot out all other talent?
Hold up.
You just shot out all other
Have him
talent.
go 5 times real quick. Have Nakamura win, then Neville win. Nakamura, Neville win, and he goes with Sammy, and then have Sammy
Oh my
win.
goodness!
Just keep going the title
We're
back and
pushing to the
forth.
moon.
We're pushing everyone to the moon on SmackDown. Nakamura, AJ,
Poor
Sammy.
Raw. It's getting left on Earth.
Raw, you had your chance and you failed. And then he wins the title back for the 16th
And
time.
to top it all off, we have Roman winning the Universal Championship.
And he beats Roman at WrestleMania and becomes the Universal and WWE Champion.
And UK and United and Intercontinental
And tag teams.
Cruiserweight.
And tag teams. Just give him all the belts. There you go. Everyone's
very realistic booking, guys.
Everyone's mad. Everyone who hates
They would
Neville.
hate the show.
I love it. I'm like, yeah.
You would make Neville the most hated man in wrestling.
Hey, as soon as he gets all the belts, I just make him lose like that.
Yeah,
All of
right.
them but one. Be like, okay,
I
there
did
you
see
go.
a picture though with Jinder having all titles.
Yeah, what would you rather have, Neville or Jinder?
Neville.
Yeah, Brock or Neville? Neville. You wouldn't even see the belts if Brock had them. You'd be like, where's all? Oh wait, I forgot Brock has all the belts.
I don't know if he beat Brock though. I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, let's say, like, what if that happened? What if that happened? They gave all the belts to Brock. Where's all our belts? Oh,
Would you hate it though? I'll be honest. I gotta ask you a question. Would you hate it if they did book Neville to face Brock?
If Brock squashed him, yes.
Yeah, like he went.
I would hate that. But if, let's say they book it, but Neville,
like Randy. Oh no! What did you do?
but what if they booked it to be like Neville being strong and have him go out with an okay match? Like, I wouldn't be mad. He's shown his strengths, right?
Right. I mean, the situation as a whole. What would you say overall? Your main thoughts when we close out this live stream. Your overall thoughts on Neville, the character.
I'm gonna miss Neville.
Yeah, kumbaya. See you later.
I'm sad he's leaving. I'm happy though he's leaving so he can blow up.
You think he's gonna be part of this?
Definitely
will
will be
part of the Bullet Club.
Did you see the tweet that the Young Bucks tweeted at him? They said
No.
they put their shirt and they said Neville.
I could see it if he does.
I would be happy.
Giant superstar in there.
Giant superstar, perfect. I'm sad he's leaving, but I'm happy that he's gonna be happy. I hate Vince right now for booking him like this.
Do they actually put that shirt on the market?
Yes, there's a person I follow that's a Neville fan page, and she has the shirt.
Are you gonna get the shirt?
I want to get the shirt.
It's the last shirt.
It's the last shirt, just like his figure. I want to get his last figure, his elite figure with the cruiserweight belt, because it's going to be his last figure.
I might get the shirt. I mean, I want to get at least one Neville shirt.
You got the black shirt or the purple shirt? Which one's
the
worse?
Black one. I want the black one.
I mean, the purple one is honestly really good. I have 2 purple shirts now.
I know.
Cena and Neville.
I remember when you had the Neville shirt. I'm like, oh, he got the Neville shirt. I was joking.
I don't even care. I wore that proud. I was like, my boy.
Oh, I seen it. I was like, he got the Neville. No, because I think the first time I knew you were a wrestling fan was the John Morrison sweater that you had.
Yeah, I went walking to school and you were like, hey, is that John Morrison? I'm like, how'd you know?
I noticed him shades. Nah, but then he was wearing the purple Neville shirt. I was like, oh, he got the Neville shirt.
You probably would have seen me with the Cena shirt because I did wear it once.
You wear it? Oh, I wore the blue one, bro. I wore the blue one a lot.
I wore the purple one. I think it was 6th grade, right before I met you. I had the purple one. I was going around like, I'm John Cena, crackers. But yeah, I'm sad he's gone. I hope he has a good future. I hate Vince right now.
Oh.
I hope Vince, if you listen to this, I hope you learn your mistakes.
Look what you did. Look what you did, Cody. Now look what you did, Neville. Look what you did, Damian Sandow.
I will continue to hate Enzo until his character changes. But I'm not. If they book him strong, I'll give him a chance. But if he says one thing about Neville, I don't even care if it's staged. I want to punch him in his mouth.
Well, my future with Enzo is undetermined. It depends on what he does. But,
Yeah.
Neville was a great talent. I always enjoyed watching his matches. He always gave 5-star matches. It seemed like every match he did, except for the squash matches. Those weren't.
That was him
Those
being a
weren't.
good
Yeah.
heel.
But, no, when he got squashed, when he first debuted.
Wait, who did you get squashed by?
I remember a couple times where he lost, and he was.
Oh, Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
He.
Besides those, the ones that he actually got to do some offense in, like, I like a lot of his stuff was really great, So we're all gonna miss Neville. He was a great talent. I hope the best for him in the future. I hope his future is fine, and I'm sure it will because he'll be going probably to Ring of Honors to some indie circuit. So it'll be all good for Neville. Big fan of Neville. He was a great talent, and it's a shame that the booking messed up and did this to him. And it's unfortunate, but we say it's unfortunate now, but we don't know. Maybe a year from now, we're saying we're glad that WWE did that because look at him now.
Or it could be a work.
Yeah, or Neville could come back. It's Neville. Oh my goodness.
So man, if it's a work and he comes back,
I don't think it's a work though because it took him out of everything.
Yeah, that is true. But what if it is a work and he comes back and just squishes them? I'm back.
If it's a work, that'd be the best work of all time. Nobody would ever see that, which they really could if they convinced Neville to wrestle again. I mean, they could because he's still in contract, so he could come back still. But once that contract is up, he's gone. But maybe they can convince him to come back. I don't know. It's a big question mark right now, guys, but it's been an awesome discussion. Thanks, Colton, for being a part of it.
We still got 2 more videos to come tonight.
Don't worry, guys. I haven't uploaded in a while, so we got some content coming for you guys.
We got the booking situation, and we got the TLC
card. For y'all WWE fans out there that watch the content, been curious about when we're going to get the WWE video, we're doing 3 streams tonight. Maybe 2 if we can get one tomorrow. I don't know. It depends. But, total 3. It's going to be exciting. Can't wait to do some more. And thanks, guys, for watching. Peace out.
Bye.